Welcome back, guys. It's day 11. We're back in, we're locked in, we're ready to go. It's me, the Masked Moose, out here just feeding for views. Not really, I don't give a fuck about views, but we're just here to document some shit, okay? So, today, day 11. Day 11, I was supposed to go work out with my buddy today, but he kind of ended up flopping on me. I still ended up getting a pretty good back and leg workout in. I'm going to probably link up with him later to do a second one. Going to re-up on hitting these legs, you know? Other than that, it was an alright day. I woke up, I could still feel the chest workout that we were doing yesterday, so that's a good thing, because usually I don't feel chest workouts, you know? This is hopefully, we're going to be able to see some massive improvements on my chest. I'll be able to get rid of these titties, you know? I don't think I mentioned this, right? So I mentioned it on the first day. I started uploading these videos, but my brother went for a Smash tournament in Miami. He came back around a couple days ago, I think around day 7 of these videos, came back, and I'd say, yeah, it's nice having him back, but this guy, he's turned the house into a pigsty. Immediately, very first day he came back, just a mess in the living room, you know? Obviously, it's nice having him back and everything, but I just wish he was a little more organized with his shit, you know? I've lived by myself before, and it's even though I was lonely that he was gone and shit, I've lived by myself before, so I'm not, it's not like I'm not familiar with just being able to chill in silence, but it's always hard, that initial, after you've acclimated yourself to having someone to go back and forth with for a couple months, it's always that initial silence when they're gone and you're by yourself is always hard, and I was that very first day when my brother left, I had videos playing on TV downstairs. I was always kind of I had music playing in the shower, and then after that first day, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, I've lived by myself before. Why can't I just chill in silence, So I made a concentrated effort to slowly and gradually reduce how much things I was inundating, all the noise that was around me. I was trying to lower the volume of the world around me. And because of that, I've noticed a couple of benefits, And this video is really going to be talking about those couple of benefits that I have experienced from just being able to sit in silence, just chill with myself, The first benefit I'll mention is it's easier to hear my own thoughts, and it's my inner voice is louder. Now that the world outside, the volume's been turned down, my inner voice volume, whenever I'm thinking to myself, has gone up, I have a more firm grasp, and of collecting ideas, and the ideas that I have, it's a lot more easier to recall things, Before I would always, it might have been the weed, who knows, right? But I used to always I could be in the middle of a conversation with you, and then halfway through the convo, I'd be like, what were you talking about again? Mid-sentence, I would do that sometimes. I'd be saying something, and I would not remember, where I was going with whatever sentence. I wouldn't even remember what we were talking about 10 seconds ago, but I would, for some reason, remember what we were talking about 30 seconds ago, or an hour, not 30 seconds, 30 minutes ago. I'll remember that, but I'm like, how did we get to this point? And then I ask people, I'm like, what were we talking about? And when you're chilling with potheads, they're like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, what were we talking about, right? But after slowly, reducing all the noise going on in the background, I've noticed that my inner voice has gotten a lot more louder. I can clearly reflect on my actions. I can control myself better, because instead of always kind of flooding yourself with outside voices and outside ideas, other people saying things and all this shit, it's I have no excuse, because my voice is much louder. I can control my actions better. There's no one else that's telling me, well, I'm still playing videos here and there, right? But I have a lot more time to know who I am, what I really think, what I want to do. It's not what the music that I'm listening to, it's not the videos that I'm listening to, it's who I am, right? And that's probably the first benefit I would probably tell you guys about. Is just you'd be able to hear yourself. It gives you a better understanding of what you're really thinking. It gives you a more firm grasp of who you're, of your identity, pretty much, Hopefully I can improve my speech too, but whatever. Number two, my focus has improved, you know, along with like a reduction in energy. So before, right, like when I'm having music playing or I have videos going on or I'm just constantly just like just being swarmed with all this shit, it kind of leaves less time for your brain to have time to like concentrate on things, you know. You can't really concentrate completely on something if something's kind of playing on in the background, right? So once I stopped or I reduced the amount of like things I was like listening to, music and like TV and all that, once I reduced that, right, it was like my thoughts were just more spread out throughout the day, right? So like before, like coming up with ideas, like when I those first couple of days my brother was gone, coming up with ideas was kind of hard. I'd have to write like a bunch of sticky notes. I'm like trying to organize everything and shit like that, right? But now I think maybe it's because I've gotten a little bit more used to recording videos, but now it's like since I have more time to actually think to myself, like I have more time throughout the day to spread out. Like whenever I'm like throughout my downtime, my brain just can just keep working, you know? Just like I don't have to concentrate as hard, but it kind of just coasts. So my brain power is kind of it's not like I'm expending a large amount of brain power all at once just to come up with a video idea. It's like throughout the day I'm just chilling and I'm like, I'll probably come up with this video idea, you know? So it helps with conserving energy, you know? So you don't have to your concentration isn't like all focused at one moment, you know? You don't have to do all that, you know? You can spread out your thinking throughout the whole day, you know? Controlling my thoughts, you know, it's gone to the point where I can like pause and just completely blank out for a second. Before, it's like if you would listen to music and you were trying to like blank out your mind and you pause it and you just sit there with yourself for a couple seconds and just silence, your brain would start chattering. You'd start hearing maybe the music's playing on in the background. Something's going on in the background though, at all times, right? But now that I've done this for a couple days, I'm like, I can pause my thoughts completely. You know, I could just, not for a long extended period of time. I'm working on that, but it's like I can just, for a good moment, you know? That also helps too. So that would be benefit number two, is focus and concentration. Benefit number three, which is also related to this, is that it's easier for me to fall asleep, you know? So being able to like pause and concentrate and all that stuff is good. But what makes it good is that since my brain is constantly running throughout the day, when it comes to night, there's nothing that pops into my head like, oh shit, like what about this or what about that? Like I don't have worries there's nothing, there are things that keep me up, obviously, but it's like less of an issue, if you get what I'm saying. It's like less stress, right? So it helps me sleep, you know, because I can just zone out, just lie down, get into a comfortable position first, obviously, but I can just zone out and just pass out. It's a lot more easier now, you know? Um, I'd probably say there are gonna probably be more benefits to this, right? And I'm gonna continuously try and reduce like how much I'm like consuming, how much content I'm consuming, and how much music I'm listening to. But I'm gonna give you guys like updates as time goes by. You know, I'll probably redo a lot of these videos just because I know the quality isn't that good, right? I'm really doing this more for myself at this point, right? Who knows, one day I may delete all these videos, right? But I just want, you know, like I just want you guys to understand, you know, after this video, silence is key, right? And pretty much I want to see the full benefits of this and see how far I can go with it. But yeah, that was day 11, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later, baiters.